Make smart choices in the draft. Catch it next, brought to you by Smart, the official tournament telco partner of the MPL. Free to game great with Smart. Free games for all. Execration here on the play. Bren Esports going to be answering back already. Jawhead and Matilda taken out.
Yeah, Bren Esports obviously don't want to give the Matilda to anyone else, because it is a very strong hero and we can draft easily. If your Execration would love to get that Matilda, I think that Chakno already showed us how to play the tank role Matilda. I know that sounds weird, but it is usually played by the tank of the teams.
Yep. We've seen this from Mpl-Ph. Felicia in the offseason. Near this strategy, but right now Bren Esports, they answer back with a Paquito ban and Execration taking out the Natalia. Execration, what are they afraid of here? Is Bren Esports capable of playing a Natalia on Lusty? I mean, if it's not position 5, if it's not the tank, it's usually put on 4 or 3, meaning a side laner or even the support.
What I noticed from teams that ban out the Natalia first is that they ban it against teams that they feel are mechanically stronger. I mean, on top of the echelon. And obviously, Bren Esports are part of that. It's just that they were losing so much that we kind of forget that they are the strongest teams. They are the champions, but you don't really want to give a hero like Natalia to that kind of team. Execration, there's still a lot of things, a lot of heroes open. For example, if this will not be banned, they might take it because they don't want to give that to Bren Esports.
Oh yeah, Few has won a championship himself here in the MPL off of a Selena and respecting just as much, while Execration first picks the Benedetta.
How quick teams are picking up. Like Benedetta was almost instantly picked up by Execration, and then Bren Esports almost instantly picked the Claude as well. Now they're thinking for their second pick. Are they going to go for something like Alice or Uranus? The Cho is available, a hero that Lusty can play. And definitely a hero that Bren Esports would love to have.
Well read here, well read. That's a tank, most likely if it is going to go on Lusty. I don't know Bren Esports actually play a side lane Cho, not in the longest time.
Not in the longest time. For Execration, they might now consider getting the Uranus or Sunlights of Alice, or maybe just secure their tank for Chaknu. Something along the lines of Sylvana. And the Kagura as well is available for Execration. Another hero that you don't want to give to Bren Esports, as Few is one of the better players with that particular hero.
And I think when it comes to this matchup, again, both teams coming from losses. Bren Esports, a rough week 1. Execration, they got swept yesterday by their only rival when it comes to being Bren Esports besties, Omega. So I'm guessing Execration, even game 1, have to be on top of their game. And this kind of telegraphs that this is going to be a side lane Benedetta. Yusun Shin picked up here.
I completely agree with you. I don't think that we'll ever see Yusun Shin played in a different role. Maybe because Execration kind of thinks that this might be Claude.
Your team is banned.
Now, for Bren Esports, it's going to be the Alice. It makes a lot of sense. I honestly felt that Execration could have taken this instead of the Yusun Shin first, so that it will not be available for Bren. But now, that's a weird position now for Execration. They might not have enough damage against this Alice unless they plan on getting something like Esmeralda along the line, but Bren Esports can easily ban that out.
Yeah, possibly another scaling hero Execration needs here to be able to keep up with Bren Esports and what they're laying down on the table. Second phase of the banning here, we have Bren Esports taking out Kaja. How important is Kaja in this current metagame?
Well, Kaja is your hero to kind of take down the Claude. In any kind of farm-dependent carry or marksman, you will struggle against the Kaja because of that win-conditioned hero kind of strategy wherein you have the divine no matter what. There's also here that Execration might be considering to play. However, I still feel that Bren Esports should look into this Baxia. It's one of the most picked heroes coming out from Execration. 3 out of their 5 games, and it won 2 out of the 3. So that's one thing that they also need to think about, because it actually answers both the Alice as well as the Claude.
We're waiting for this ban by Execration.
Your team is banning.
As it comes out, it's going to be the Khalid. Yeah, I agree. Bren Esports here, they are lacking another side laner, even possibly a tank, just in case they want to play around with the possibility. Because Wolf, correct me if I'm wrong, Bren Esports, they're kind of in a slump. And what you do when you're in a slump is you try to switch things up. right? You try to find new answers, new formulas.
Yes.
But right now, Bren Esports, they go ahead and ban out the backshot. There you go. They understand how important it is to stop what could possibly get in the way of their plans of scaling.
That's right. Bren Esports, I think they are also eyeing to snatch the Lunox perhaps, or the Uranus, unless Execration bans the Uranus at this moment. Instead, there is the Esmeralda. Bren Esports might go and consider getting the pick up on the Uranus.
It would have just been either of those two, Esmeralda or Uranus, to coincide or to work with the Alice. Either hero can actually cut the lane, and that's what you want to do to alleviate pressure off of the Alice that needs all the stacks, that needs all the time to be able to win you games, as evidenced by our previous series.
Yes, that's right. Then again, thought came to my mind, but Bren Esports might like the Lapu-Lapu on the lines of Yuzhong, so that they have a little bit of a breather, playmaker, I'd say.
Speaking of the devil, there it is. Dive the Yusun Shin. Dive the Kagura. So now Execration are looking for an answer for this. They need someone who can, you know, play yarn to Flapteezy's Yuzhong, the cat. So you gotta bait it out and make sure that the Black Dragon form becomes moot. 2 picks for Execration here. What are we looking at?
I'm actually thinking about a side lane Lunox or side lane Mage for Execration along the lines of a Farsa or a Lunox, or maybe something like Uranus. Although Uranus might be countered by a Lunox for Bren Esports, so that's something to consider. A Harith instead, bringing out the big guns for Execration and the Diggy. Oh my God, Bren's Bane.
Tankless. Bane, not the hero, but instead a thorn to their side, all right? More like kryptonite. Bren Esports' head coach, Ducky, went on social to say that you all gotta take out Diggy, he says. This is almost verbatim. You need to take out Diggy because he's so strong, and when we try it, it doesn't work. It's just not good. So, Bren Esports, how much CC do they have here? A little bit on Yuzhong, a little bit on Alice, mostly on Cho. I think whoever hero few picks has to totally ignore that. It has to be completely burst.
I can't think of a hero that can really get that. Maybe get something like a Farsa so that it allows him to get vision. So it's a or a Luyi, for example, so that it's a Luyi and Yuzhong. Instead they go Angela. Okay.
Angela here trying to clean up and make it for tighter formations. Good combo on the Claude, good combo on the Alice, but it's gonna be on Few, so Few has to choose his positioning very wisely here.
It doesn't feel like Bren Esports. It doesn't.
This lineup doesn't look it.
They do have the Claude, they have Alice, they have the heroes that Bren Esports played before, but in combination with each other, it doesn't feel like a Bren Esports lineup. I don't like the fact that there's really no like big damage in the early stages. Well, for Execration, I just hope that this is not a Diggy strategy, but knowing Execration, they might be just picking it up. This is a good Diggy strat. If the feeding Diggy strategy, and I hate myself for saying that.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and I don't hate you for it, man. You gotta be easier on yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 in this best of 3. Execution versus Bren Esports. Here you see Chaknu, and you know what? Kind of fits his personality as a player. He just wants to stand around
and mess up with
be a nuisance. Be a nuisance. And there you go, look at this.
It is gonna be a feeding Diggy strategy, as he's already at half HP, even less.
He doesn't care. Auto alarm bar onto Few. This is gonna be an easy first blood. There it is. So far, he is just going to bother Carlteezy.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice push out by Epimax.
Oh my God, you gotta be tilting now if you're Carlteezy. Oh man, he gets a kill, but that's the orange buff pulled out. Oh man,
that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's working. All right, not even a minute in, and X already revealing their cards, but they're strong cards. I gotta say,
very strong cards, and if it works, I'd say for Execration, and it's something that really Bren Esports hates, and this is where you start to just talk about, because you know what, clashes will not happen until the latter stage of the game.
Yeah, until Kiel says that he's ready, or until they walk into Kelra and it becomes too late. All right, this is all Chaknu's gonna do, ladies and gentlemen, for the first What, Wolf, how long does he have to do this for?
As long as he wants, honestly. Maybe until the second turtle.
Mountain Shocker here by KLVJ. Enough to see Etomax get in trouble. Few putting it for Lusty to finish the job. In comes Renzio, cleaning up the Angela. Yet to get the Hearthguard.
Yeah.
Now Chaknu just doing what he was put on this map to do.
Yeah. You know what? Casting Renzio for the past seasons and ever since MPL Season 4, Benedict is not like the hero that I would see him deploy. You usually go for sustained heroes like Tams, your playmakers like the Yuzhong
or even Yuzhong. So now Flapeezy in comes with the Hearthguard. There is Etomax as well in Renzio, popping in the Alecto. Final blow takes down one Flapeezy. So far, they're continuing the fight. In comes Renzio, gets flipped over, picked up by Lusty with the way of the Dragon. Chakmu looking low. That's going to be one taken out. Actually, 1 HP enough for Renzio to get away with it. And that's going to be a turtle started up by Kelra.
Yeah. What a wonderful bait coming out from Yisun Shin. KLVJ, he popped the recall, and Flapeezy was like a raging bull. And they really rammed through that. However, Flapeezy lost his life, and I think that's a big no-no. Whenever you play the Yuzhong nowadays, especially because he was just recently nerfed, you want to make the most out of your ultimate.
Yep, and there, it's not just his ultimate, it's actually also the Hearthguard.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that went in there for Bren. They spent quite a bit to take down, actually,
wow.
Oh, just Chaknu. Renzio got away with it. Turtle here secured by KLVJ.
And why do we see that Execration is struggling when it comes to gold? By the way, nice flame shot. KLVJ is leading by about 600 gold over his counterpart, KLVJ. Obviously coming out from the kills. And that's not the way you play the Diggy strategy.
Yep. At some point, there has to be to make up for that deficit. There has to be a way for them to pressure KLVJ, and now Chaknu with the help of the Times Journey able to get away with it. Lusty trying to put down Etomax. Way of the Dragon into the turret, purifies and cleanses the potential kill. Chaknu once more. I think at some point, like, the gold is gonna stop.
Yeah. The deficit is cutting down, but I think all due fairness for KLVJ, feels a little bit confident now. Another key factor, by the way, for winning the Diggy strategy or winning over a feeding Diggy strategy is to make sure that your side lanes are intact when it comes to the farm. So far we are seeing Rebo being protected by Few as he is going to win the battle against Kelra. Maybe the question mark here is Flapeezy getting the better of the other side lane for Bren Esports?
Yeah, and right now KLVJ getting caught in, able to battle mirror image out. Oh, from downtown, Renzio going for the alley-oop. Finishes it off. KLVJ championship MVP goes down. There's the kick onto Renzio. Way of the Dragon pushes Renzio out of the way. And here comes Flapeezy. Black Dragon form. Dealing all of the damage. There's a Times Journey. Chapo trying to get away. Down he goes. KLVJ using the passive on Yisun Shin to crit out Lusty and Flapeezy. That's going to be 2 for none. I'm not even going to start counting Chaknu anymore.
Yeah. You know what? That is not a Bren move. I've seen Bren Esports so many times, especially when they're playing Flapeezy on this Yuzhong. I mean, discount the nerfs. That was a bad decision from Bren Esports. Flapeezy came in with the ultimate from the backside with half HP, and you might say that you have the stuns. Times Journey was available. That meant that your knockups, your control, coming out from the Yuzhong, it's negligible.
It's moot. It's moot. Right now, Execration owning a major part of the map here based on movements alone. They are afraid of another Times Journey triggering, as y'all can see on your screens ready. But when it comes to turrets, it's 1 for 1 in KLVJ and Rebo. They still acknowledge, they still respect what Chaknu can do, but down bottom, it's Renzio on the Benedetta. Wolf proving us wrong. It doesn't feel like a Renzio hero, but who's to say that he can't change?
Yeah, man. There's a lot of time for him to change, and I mean, we have not seen him so much. The fact that he is really pulling up for Execration. Like, look at this position. Look at where he is positioned. They're already playing for the ambush.
Super aggressive now. Lusty getting caught out by the damage of KLVJ. In comes KLVJ with the blazing duet. Down goes 2 though. KLVJ traded out for Lusty and Few. Etomax destroyed by popping the execute, and running away, this young gun, the rookie of the year for 2020. There's so much damage here. Kelra dropping the Zaman Force. They lose out on Mpl-Ph and Carl-Tz getting away. Man, so far, Execration is now up by 2,000.
Yeah.
Is this how the Digi strategy should work now?
I think so. I think so, particularly the fact that they are have been stopping Carl-Tz's farm. So it's not just about amassing lead when you are playing the Digi strategy. You also have to make a big deficit between the junglers. Unfortunately, Mpl-Ph surprisingly not farming as well. Maybe because of the fact that Execration didn't take advantage of their early lead or early momentum lead, that they should be taking all of those turtles. That's one thing that Execration might not have been getting. But then again, they still are leading. They still are making it sure that this Digi strategy will work.
You're saying it's a matter of both stopping the opponent and making the lead work for yourself as well. Here comes the last turtle of the game in contestation between Execration and Bren. 4 members from Bren here. Execration just the same, but do note, Heartguard up for a few here who has a whopping 12 assists, a majority of which coming from Chaknu. Do mind you now. There you go, Carl-Tz. Already popping the Blazing Duet, pushing back Renzio. That's going to be the Mountain Shocker. Pulled as well by Mpl-Ph. Ooh, Flame Shot missing Rebo for the kill. That's going to be a recall, at least a -1 for Bren.
And that means that they will have contention over the turtle. Although Mpl-Ph and Carl-Tz are here, remember, team fight, it belongs to Bren.
Mpl-Ph, here we go, coming in with the Black Dragon form, and they pop Mpl-Ph so quickly, and journey in by Chaknu. Perfect timing, down goes El Capitan Few, Renzio going in for the kill. That's Rebo taking down Chaknu, but it's not worth it. It was a 3 for none technically. Execration gets away, looking to convert.
Oh man, you see the tech pick coming out from Chaknu, going for the Vengeance instead. I mean, we did not see that in the clash, but imagine if the Blaze Duet was popped. Then again, Rebo gets the kill.
Ooh, Etomax a little too forward underneath the turret, which by the way, in the most recent patch, deals a little more damage every hit.
Oh, I think it's not a little damage, man. It's almost twice as it does.
25% every hit right now, but across the map, 2 fronts, man, 2 fronts. Execration takes 2 pickoffs, easy kills on Lusty. Now, we keep talking about the king, but what about Renzio? Renzio sitting at 7-0 and 4.
Oh man, he is the general at this point for the king. A commander of the army, perhaps. As he's gonna make another player in the bottom, or maybe just to clear the way.
Scares Carl-Tz enough.
Yeah. You don't want to overstay if you're Carl-Tz. In fact, Carl-Tz is just 6.2k compared to the 7.2k of Mpl-Ph. And now we can see the deficit. As Execration won that crucial turtle fight, the third turtle fight, because of the fact that there was a -1 for Bren Esports. Not having Rebo at the start of the fight meant that Execration had the better hand, and they even fished out where Carl-Tz was. So that's a lot of good things that Execration did correctly in the turtle fight.
Yep, looking at the items here, it's not just Mpl-Ph we have to compare Carl-Tz to. We also have to look at Renzio, who is also above the jungler of Bren Esports by about 1,000, give or take. So Carl-Tz here now picking up the golden staff. Should hurt a little more, but I think we're past the point of Carl-Tz and Mpl-Ph being at the same level. Because Mpl-Ph already has the Wind of Nature.
That's right. And one thing that's really setting this up is the fact that Blazing Duet will not have as much impact. Not only because of the Wind of Nature, but like I said, the Vengeance picked up by Chaknu. Another thing that's really negligible part of Bren Esports is their team fight initiation from the Yuzhong because of the Time's Journey.
And right now, Lord secured here by Renzio. Zaman Force by Kelra, able to put up a perimeter. Bren, this is a no-go zone for y'all. Mountain Shocker by Mpl-Ph just to push them back. Wolf, this is amazing map control by Execration.
Oh, amazing map control for sure. It's because of the fact that they do have the Digi. And it's because of their control. I think that for a little bit of time for Execration, they aren't really a Digi strategy, but once they knew what they needed to do, and when really Renzio popped up, I think that part of the reason why they were able to take control of the mid-game and the map, like you said, is because of the spacing that they get from Renzio's movements.
Yep, and if anything, top lane might be the only hope for Bren earlier, because that's where Kelra and Rebo were facing off on the Alice. But even that is now a no-go. Even there we see some trouble in paradise. Right now, bottom lane is going to be the siege by Execration. This is going to be an unenhanced Lord. Mountain Shocker in, clearing a little bit of the waves. This turret is going to fall. Flapped easy. Oh, that's going to be him. Backing out. Zaman Force being laid down by Kelra. There is already the Blazing the Wind popped in. Oh, but Rebo falls. There goes Flapped easy. Black Dragon form. Oh, he gets destroyed by KLBJ as well. A no-go for Bren Esports. 0-4-2. And even the base is in trouble, Wolf. There's not enough backup here by Lusty. Bombs being dropped in by Chaknu. Another Zaman Force here. And down goes Carl Tizzy. They're going for the base.
Oh
They're going to end it quick. Execration takes game number 1.
That is such a perfect execution.
Dream Mask or yung Courage Mask, no? Then boots, tapos bumili siya is physical damage. So ang choice dito is bili akong 3 skins. Of that game, brought to you by Smart, the official tournament telco partner.